try to find, gain speed in a line. So, but you can when you're out in open racetrack, and the racetracks, actually slowed down a little bit. When these guys get in traffic a little bit, they're not going to see those signaling guys, though.
Very good. Good point.
It won't take long for them to be in lap traffic here tonight, James, with a 24-car starting field. These guys turning lap times. We've seen it slow off a tick, maybe in the 16-second range here. Dale, same thing we talked about earlier. Do you need to be at the front of the field for this 30-lapper, knowing that it is a short-distance race, or do you want to be running in second to see what the leader does and how that leader maneuvers through the back of the field?
Leader's going to have a tough job. When he gets to lap traffic, he's going to definitely have a tough job just picking the line. And we saw in some of the past races, the guys will make a choice, and when they make a bad choice, they get passed right there late in the race. Happened at Bubba, so it's tough.
Now remind me, you drove the Rocket House car one time, didn't you?
I did, and I ran a couple of races
Okay.
for Mark.
Gotcha.
Actually Steve Francis was the house car driver then, I believe, and I ran a couple of races for him. One at Hagerstown, Maryland, and one somewhere else.
Very good. Thank you, Dale. All right, pair of ones on the front row, my friends.
Yes, it is indeed. As the East Bay Raceway Park pace truck and the Brandon Ford pace truck yield to the inside of the racetrack. James, the Dave Warren Power Sports caution lights have been turned off. Dale, that means they're going to go green flag racing this time by in the Nutrient Ag Solutions starting zone. Hudson O'Neal on the pole, Tyler Erb on the outside, Winger and Davenport in row 2, Smith and Wilson in row 3. Ladies and gentlemen, this is your Dixie Chopper Field of Thunder.
Out of the turn number 2, one in the books. Again, 30 laps here tonight. It'll be Delaware double file restarts as long as the track stays raceable until 5 or less laps to go, and they are still side by side here. Briefly, O'Neal will have the lead at car length into turn 1, Dale.
Oh yeah, they're actually, Tyler's just looking to see where he can hang on and where he gains and where he don't. Hudson really don't know where he's where he needs to be. He may start watching the signal stuff in a little bit and move around.
Two drivers have a combined 9 wins here at East Bay Raceway Park, trying to keep someone new from getting into victory lane as they stay side by side out front. A good, clean race right now at the front of the field. Jonathan Davenport, Dalton Wilson, and Ashton Winger, though James not letting them get too far out of the crosshairs.
Dale, if you're Tyler Erb, and he dives down low and he'll take the lead into turn number 1, you set up your car to run the top there, and now he's going down to the bottom there into turn number 3. He's going to be hard to handle here tonight, and he goes back to the top, Dale, out of turn 4.
It takes such a different driving style. You really have to slow down and use brake. Your pedals come more into play when you're running that tight line around the bottom. Throttle pickup points come into play. Up around the top, when you're kind of just sailing it in there and going back to the fuel, it's not as technical. But, so hopefully, if he has to move down, he's gained some speed and put some distance on it right now.
Just
Jimmy
saw
Owens
it right
out of the race. Yep, go ahead.
I was just going to say it, James. Yep, you just saw it right there. Jimmy Owens out of the party in the 26 laps into this one. Tyler Erb, he had an 0.8 of a second lead that last time by. Our, we'll call it a Detridge Opticians eyeball test, says that Turbo, well, he was stretching it out, Dale. He maybe lost just a little bit of ground there over in 3 and 4.
Yeah, he's not quite as good as Hudson off of turn 2. Hudson's really good and balanced really good around that bottom line. Turbo's settling around that top, carrying speed.
When drivers talk about a racetrack being technical, Dale, what do they mean?
Actually, just when you go into the corner, having the right rotation in your car to keep the most center corner speed up so that you have good exit speed. Because if you get fouled up in the center a little bit, you can't leave the corner.
All right, Dale, I see a black strip starting to form down on the inside in turns 3 and 4. Is it there's a difference. Is it streaking? Is it taking rubber right now?
Well, it'll clean up. A lot of times it'll just clean up. And then, when it's clean, there's nothing between your tire, the contact patch of your tire and the track, but grip. So hopefully it won't get bottom dominant here.
All right, 10 laps in the books, 20 to go. It's Tyler Erb, Hudson O'Neal, and we've got a battle down the back straightaway, and Hudson O'Neal's going to take the lead back in car number 1. He led the first 4 laps, guys.
Yeah, Tyler Erb gets a little high right there, and I'll tell you what, Turbo going to take it way high down in turns 3 and 4 as Jonathan Davenport, Dalton Wilson tried to follow suit. Turbo, though, not giving up without a fight.
Yeah, Tyler Erb down the back straightaway. O'Neal back out in front as we work lap 12. Erb throws it in there. Davenport third. Wilson, Winger, Dennis Erb Jr., Thornton, Younghans, Moran, Shepard, your top 10.
Boy, Turbo really taking that high side, Dale, and that good battle for the lead. How much is Tyler Erb abusing those tires running that high on the track?
He's using them up pretty good, but you know, Hudson's going to be forced when they get to traffic in a little bit to move around probably, so Tyler may already have the upper hand of knowing what his car is going to do and what it's not going to do. So he's just waiting, you know, really trying to maintain out there where he's at, and so it's close right now.
Well, the guy always running second, as they say, Dale, has the advantage. As O'Neal back on the bottom. Here comes Tyler way up top, but he's got a car running in his groove down the main straightaway, and that is Tyler Millwood, as we have 13, now 14 recorded here tonight.
Yeah, Turbo is going to have to yield down to the inside of the racetrack. Again, Jonathan Davenport in third, Ashton Winger fourth, and Dalton Wilson is fourth, and Ashton Winger rounds out the top five. Crossed flags will be shown to the field this time by 15 laps down, 15 to go, and now your race leader, Hudson O'Neal, has the back of the field to contend with as Logan Zarin is in his groove.
Jonathan's going to peek to the outside there for second.
Jonathan Davenport going to try to go to the outside. Dalton Wilson right there as well. 3 cars under a blanket, and as those 3 drivers run side by side and battle back there for the second, third, and fourth spot, that's just allowing Hudson O'Neal to pull away. Dale, that is a whale of a battle back there for second.
Oh, yeah, it's tight, and technical.
Devin Moran, an early Charger. Todd Steel Building's hard Charger up 9 spots in 99 and 9th, as we've stayed green the entire race as we work lap 18.
18 laps in the books in this one, or about to be 18 laps in the books with just 12 laps to go. And Hudson O'Neal got his hands full. He's got a 2.1 second advantage over this battle for the second spot between Tyler Erb and Dalton Wilson. And those 2 drivers, they're trying to close in, Dale, but they're not. They can't as they battle with each other and battle at the back of the field. That's allowed Hudson O'Neal to pull away.
Yeah, Hudson's really taking care of his tires. These guys back here are racing hard. And actually, Dalton was able to squeeze by Tyler for second, but those lap cars, the lane he's going to have to choose in a minute is going to make the call, make the difference.
Good battle back here. Here comes Winger in the 12. Winger on the outside of Davenport. This battle for second on back is a dandy, as O'Neal leads by over 2 seconds, and Dalton Wilson has gone to second place with 10 laps to go.
Yeah, no lap traffic now between Dalton Wilson and your race leader, Hudson O'Neal. And Dale, if you're Hudson O'Neal, you see the back of the field running side by side in front of you. That's not what you want to see.
No, Hudson's really rotating good off a 4 low, so he's been able to squeeze by those guys pretty good.
James, I tell you what.
1.5.
Dalton Wilson's closing in. It was a 2.6 second advantage at its peak. 1.5 seconds the last time by, and I think it's going to be closer this time by as Wilson's coming on the bottom.
And Tony Jackson Jr. now right in the line of O'Neal. It is 1.1. He cut 4/10 of a second. O'Neal has got to get around Tony Jackson Jr. right now, doesn't he, Dale?
There he goes, right there. Yeah, he cleared him.
As he is able to work his way by, and now Tony Jackson Jr. going to pull back down to the inside, and that might be trouble for Dalton Wilson, who's going to have to work around the Capitol House car, James.
Well, Ashton Winger still married to that top in that 12 car. He's running in 5th, and it's Dennis Erb, Thornton, Younghans, Moran, Shepard, your top 10, as we work 6 laps to go for the Valvoline Sobercare Franchise number 1 off of turn 4, and Dalton Wilson, he's got a clear path. We'll have 5 to go next time around. What do you do if you're Dalton Wilson now, Dale?
If he gets there, he may step out. I mean, obviously, now's when you want to look at your guys, if you can, to see if you can afford to step out without losing, important positions.
Dale, it was 1 second. What is it now? It's 0.8 of a second. Hey, it's a non-points night.
That's right.
You got to go for it, aren't you, Dale?
Yeah, we'll see. If he gets to him, catching them is easy, James. Then you got to figure out a way to get around those
He's
guys.
going to be there about 3 car lengths, 4 laps to go.
And here's the thing, too, guys. There is just really one more car for Hudson O'Neal to encounter, the 14X of Will Harrington. If he's able to work by Will Harrington, he's going to have a clear racetrack to the checkered flag coming around this time by to 3 laps to go.
Yeah, it'll be different this time. It was 0.8 of a second. This time around, it'll probably be over a second. And it is 1.2 seconds. I still have 2 to go this time around. Dalton Wilson, another last run now into turn 3. 2 laps to go, Destin, between Hudson O'Neal and Dalton Wilson.
Yeah, Devin Moran right now, the Todd Steele Building's hard charger, as he has moved up 11 positions. There's a look at the driver, the Double Down Motorsports number 99. 2 laps to go, and Hudson O'Neal, Dale, it looks like he is not wanting to catch the 14X of Harrington.
He doesn't. It gets bad. The air will mess with you, right into the corner and right in the center of the corner. So Hudson wants to leave that gap if he can.
The Barron's Performance, 1 lap to go, DJ. It's O'Neal. Dalton Wilson looks like for the 9th time in his career is going to finish in runner-up, and it's all Hudson O'Neal here off of turn 4, Dustin.
Checkered flag in the air as they come off turn number 4 for the final time. Hudson O'Neal going to get the win here on Tuesday night at East Bay Raceway Park. Dalton Wilson finishes 2nd. 3rd goes to Jonathan Davenport. 4th is Ashton Winger and Tyler Erb. Devin Moran on the last lap will unofficially round out the top 5 as Moran goes from 18th up to 5th. He is unofficially the Todd Steele Building's hard charger of the race. Tyler Erb 6th. Chase Young has a solid run tonight. He is 7th. Brandon Shepard 8th. Ricky Thornton Jr. 9th. And Spencer Hughes will round out the top 10.
And the fastest lap of the race is Hudson O'Neal at 16.417. The Coleman Farms fastest lap of the race. The most laps led will be Hudson O'Neal. The lucky 7th Willwood Brakes finisher is Chase Younghands. The Death Reach Opticians lucky 13 is Max Blair.
All right, Dale, you've just run a 30-lap race out there. You weren't, so let's say you're not on the Big River Steel podium. You go back and tell Shane what?
Well, I think the racetrack actually, it actually got kind of bottom dominant right there. I mean, they made the top work earlier. So I always say preparing the racetracks is like a setup on a race car. So Al will watch this, and I'm pretty sure there'll be something a little bit different tomorrow. So it's first night with these late models here, all in competition. So obviously, you take notes from the race team side and the driver's side to see, because that's what makes it so exciting. We're always chasing track conditions, where the groove is, So I think it'll be different tomorrow.
So they go to the UNO8 scales to make it official. So Hudson O'Neal, did he not win the last 2 of last year?
He did, and as a matter of fact,
down on Saturday night. Yeah.
And as a matter of fact, Dalton Wilson was 2nd on, I believe, the Friday night show here last year as well. So it was a repeat of the Friday show 1 year ago with Hudson O'Neal winning and Dalton Wilson finishing 2nd.
And unofficially, Jonathan Davenport 3rd, Ashton Winger 4th. The Todd Steele Building's hard charger, unofficially Devin Moran, then Tyler Erb, Chase Younghands, Brandon Shepard, Ricky Thornton Jr., and Spencer Hughes, a solid top 10 in the JCM Motorsports 19M as they make their way to the UNO8 scales.
Caution free, right?
Yes, sir.
I don't think we had a caution on that one. So,
yeah. We didn't need to go to the Heartbeat Hot Sauce Hot Pit tonight.
And Moran up 13 spots in a caution-free race.
That's between his heat race and the feature, Moran passed like 22 cars tonight because he started 9th in his heat and got to 3rd. He was challenging for 2nd. So, yeah, a few guys making some moves. And, man, I tell you what, Rocket won 3 straight. They've won here now at East Bay. They won Thursday, Friday last year. Saturday rained out. They've won 3 in a row. And Hudson now has 5 wins as long as he clears the UNOH skills. And, guys, this would be his 27th career Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series feature win.
And he's still not off the track yet. He does have to go to the UNO8 scales. So Ben will talk to in the Big River Steel podium Hudson O'Neal, Dalton Wilson, and Jonathan Davenport. There he goes to make room for him.
His 5th career East Bay Raceway Park win, as long as he passes tech there, and you see him making his way into the UNOH scale area.
How close do these race teams cut it on weight?
And deck height.
Yeah, deck height.
Well, those young ones that are light, I don't never cut it close. I'm good. I'm safe. So they get right up to the edge on deck height, and those guys have got it pretty much down pat, figured out where they have to be, to stay safe. And then on weight, they don't cut it as close, and come feature time, because you never know how many caution laps you're going to run or how much fuel you're going to use. So they don't cut it quite as close.
Have you ever been disqualified from winning a race because light at the scales?
I have.
You have?
I have. Bulls Gap years ago.
Oh my.
Yeah, sure have. No fun.
What did that cost? You won the race and you were light?
I think it was $10,000.
Oh, Dale.
Oh, wow.
Dale.
And of course, you've won races from guys being light as well.
I inherited,
obviously.
I inherited the world. Yeah, I inherited the World 100 from Shannon Babb.
Oh, man. How often do you think about that?
I felt bad for Shannon. I mean, really, he won the race. The racetrack rubbered up. I led a lot of it. But the racetrack rubbered up, and he was just better in the rubber, and he drove off, and then. He had changed engines, I think is what bit him. And so every now and then, I mean, it's tough. But, Jonathan won. I think 1 year Scott was light.
Right.
Yeah.
Jonathan won. So you want to be in second so you can inherit it, but it doesn't make it feel like a big celebratory win,
I understand that. Well, we see him making his way back out on the racetrack. Ben Shelton. Hudson O'Neal has cleared the UNOH scale area, his 5th career win here in the Veland Winter Nationals at East Bay Raceway Park, and he's going to make his way down to Gravel Word with you.
Yeah, he picks up his 3rd Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series win of the year. And again, his 3rd Veland feature win as he heads down to victory lane here. And as you said, DJ, this will be his 5th career win here in the Veland Winter Nationals, presented by Lucas Oil at East Bay Raceway Park. Brings the Rocket One Racing Valvoline entry down. And with 7 races in the books, only 3 drivers so far have been to Lucas Oil victory lane, as both Hudson and Ricky Thornton Jr., they've each got 3, and Tim McCready, the winner, back on Saturday at All Tech Raceway. But Hud's off to a fast start to the year. 3 wins with the Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series, a World of Outlaws Case Late Model Series win at Volusia a few weeks ago. And tonight getting set to climb out of this race car, $5,000 richer, winning his 3rd straight event here at East Bay Raceway Park is Hudson O'Neal. And race fans, he's out of the car. Your feature winner tonight, Hudson O'Neal, as the confetti flies. And he'll climb up there with a Sunoco checkered flag, picking up the win here at East Bay Raceway Park on what's turned into actually a pretty nice Tuesday evening. A perfect night. We'll get Huddy in front of the Rocket One, number 1 up here. Hudson, fast time, heat race win, but you didn't lead all the laps in the feature. Turbo got around you. And did you know if you were patient and maintained the course that you had the right line?
Well, I knew they should. It looked like they shoved those tires in down in 3 and 4 a little bit, and I just knew if I could just stay patient enough, eventually that top had to go away. And Tyler moved down in front of me there one time, and it came down to a crucial pass down and coming off at 2. You just missed the bottom just a little bit and let me sneak in. We rubbed some doors, but I knew that was probably going to be the only chance I had to get back by him. We had a little different tire on, I felt like, than the rest of the field, but it ended up working out, so it was awesome. And just can't thank all my guys, Mark, Danny, Joel, Austin, my girlfriend up selling T-shirts. I got a lot of family here, my dad, mom, aunts, uncles, got a lot of great time supporters from early on, Tarpey Trucking, Doug Q from Superior Cleaning, everybody. It's really cool to have everybody here with us, and everybody on this race car, Valvoline, Soybert Calf Ranches, O'Neal Salvage and Recycling, Wheeler Metals, Sunoco Race Fuels, Gunner's Honey, Ace Metal Works, Fox Shocks, everybody at Fox, they made this transition so easy. And Rocket Chassis, Rocket Pre-Owned, Andy Durham Race Engine, Styles Marine, Performance Grading, everybody that's a part of it, man. We couldn't do without each and every one of them. And happy to get started off on a good foot here early in the going, and early this week anyway, and see if we can't get a couple more this week.
Your dad has a lot of history here, but you've now won 3 in a row at this place. And you were probably the guy that was the most sad when Saturday rained out last year. You're back here, and you come back, and this race car is as good as ever. 4 wins already to start the year, and here the final week at East Bay. What would it mean to just go on a tear and make history here this week? Well, maybe a run we've never seen before.
I don't know. We're just taking it one night at a time. If we can continue to qualify good, heat race good, and put ourselves in position, maybe we can get a couple more this week. But we're just thankful for what we got right now. And thank you to all you fans coming out, man. I'm going to hate to see this place go. I love this place, and I know all you guys up there in the stands do too. It's a great crowd for a Tuesday night, and got a little bit, I keep forgetting we got a little more racing here left to do tonight, so stick around for that.
Race fans, Hudson O'Neal, he picks up the win here tonight at East Bay, $5,000 richer as we head over second night in a row, second on the Big River Steel podium. Dalton Wilson. And Dawson, here we are, man. Dalton, here we are. I know that you want the wins, but Gullett's over here, the MGL Auto Sales right there. I'm going to tell you what, I don't think you're going to be sad as you continue to work on this Big River Steel podium. The wins are going to come. Another night where you were right there. You could close on him a little bit in traffic. Do you think if you got to him, you had anything out there, but you could have tried to roll him on the outside?
No, the racetrack was pretty bottom dominant, and starting 6, we're happy to run second. We got there to him, but we couldn't really move around. So, all in all, a great night for us. We continue to build on this deal, and like I said, we had good speed and moved forward tonight. So, cars in one piece, everything's good. We'll qualify here in a little bit, and should be pretty good.
Again, second back on Saturday and second tonight. Back on Saturday night, you guys are pounding the cushion, you and McCready. Tonight, you're slow and finesse around the bottom. And what kind of confidence does that give you that in different conditions, you've got a car that can be up here on this Big River Steel podium?
I was telling my guys earlier, since we unloaded this new car, it's really easy to drive. And, I feel like I can kind of go wherever I want to. So, hats off to my guys for building a great race car. Nick, Hunter, Ethan, Devine, Gullett and Tungett's down helping us. Longhorn Chassis, Wales Motorsports, brand new Clements Motors running really good. I can't thank all my sponsors enough. ICS, MGL, Grant Lee, New Point Lighting and Design, B&L Construction, Penske Racing Shocks, All Trucks, VP, just all of our great product sponsors that we got behind us. I'm sure I'm forgetting somebody. The Auto Outlet, JR Motor Sales, JR Truck and Super Trucker. Don't forget about you, buddy. Just like I said, everybody's behind this deal. My great car owners are here tonight. James, Justin, Jennifer, Nicole. It's great to have them down. Grant Lee's here, like I said. So, it's just a great night. Like I said, and hopefully we can continue to build on this week and maybe get us a win.
Dalton Wilson, second on the Big River Steel podium. We'll head over with Jonathan Davenport. He rounds out the Big River Steel podium here tonight. Position number 3. As JD down here talking with the crew. Well, Jonathan, man, a lot of guys had given up in the middle of the top. You made one last run a couple times on both ends. Man, it just seemed like there just wasn't much there for you guys to grab.
No, not at all, man. I'd have lost my lunch money. I would have bet this thing would have rubbered in no time, but it never did for sure. I don't know why it didn't, but I guess that's good. But it still probably wasn't that good a race. They said Devin come from 18th to 5th or something, so at least there was some passing. But we went a little harder on tire just because I really would have thought it rubbered there, but it never did. But hey, this is way better than we have been the past 2 nights. We was up there getting lapped, so at least we can see the front. We're happy about that. My guys been doing a great job, working hard, and I've been trying to give them the best feedback I know how to make the right changes. But just got to thank Nutrient Solutions, Dino Grow Seed, ASC Warranty, Bill Stein, Longhorn, everybody that helps us for sure. Everybody tonight, just go ahead and hug your loved ones if they're close. I lost my grandpa today, and he's probably one of the pioneers of the sport that nobody knows about. He probably owned a car for 40 or 50 years. So hate we lost him for sure, but he lived a great life. He was 94 years old. So anyway, was hoping we could win one for him, just couldn't get it done, so maybe we can do it tomorrow.
Racing with a heavy heart tonight, Jonathan Davenport. He comes on in position 3 and rounds out the Big River Steel podium. DJ, James, back up top to you guys.
All right, thanks a lot, Ben. Certainly sending out some thoughts and prayers to Davenport and his family. And Dale, you and I just talking about Red Farmer as well.
Yeah, Charlie, his grandson, Charlie Brock. Red's a longtime hero and still just amazing at what he does, still racing. He's going through some health issues the past couple of days, so need to keep him in our thoughts and prayers as well.
Absolutely. Yep. Well, James, let's go ahead and take a look at the Super Clean Race Recap and see what got us to this point with Hudson O'Neal standing in Veland Victory Lane, going back to last year for the 3rd time in a row here at East Bay Raceway Park.
Dale, you almost won. You picked Dalton Wilson, started 6th, ran 2nd. Great battle early on between Herb and Hudson O'Neal.
Bridesmaid. That was the bridesmaid.
There you go. Yeah, right.
Yeah, good battle there early on, as you mentioned, James, between Tyler Erb and Hudson O'Neal. And then for a while, Dale, we had that phenomenal battle back there for 2nd.
It really, it widened out early. Like Jonathan thought, it was going to streak up and get one lane, but it took it a while to get there. So, it was a really exciting race. I think it'll be better as the week goes on.
So O'Neal led the first 4 laps. Tyler Erb led last 5 to 10, and then O'Neal led the rest of the way.
And you see there, he was battling there, Tyler battling late with Ashton Winger, and it was Hudson O'Neal getting the win at the end by 0.6 of a second over Dalton Wilson and Jonathan Davenport. Well, Dale, I put you on the spot here one last time tonight, then we'll turn you loose to get back to the Benham camp. Word on the street, I haven't checked social media yet because you've seen how busy things are up here in the booth.
It's amazing what you guys do.
We don't get a break, but you understand the people at home, they want more Dale McDowell on the broadcast this week. We know you got some other duties back there, there. But can we expect maybe to see you back at some point again here this week?
Heck yeah, I'd love to. It's an honor, and there again, it's amazing, what you guys do behind the scenes to as busy as you guys are, and to put a show out there for us race fans and racers. We certainly, as a racer, we all appreciate you guys.
You get to watch us quite a bit when you're not racing?
I do. Yes, sir.
Or on the boat or something?